Californians, welcome back. Smith Francois here, the founder of the Forest Program, triple Haitian and double black. And we're going to get real black today. We're going to talk about the hair, the natural stuff. I don't know, take an intro. Let me just, who are you?
Who am I? All right, bet. What's up, y'all? My name is Naima Campbell, founder of the Hair Chef TM, because we're undergoing trademarking right now. So that's really exciting. I teach people, communities, children how to care for their hair using experiential learning and kitchen products.
Experiential learning. What does that mean?
So really, it's just like a hands-on experience. So you come together, we use things like coffee, avocado, eggs, and we mix them all together to make a homemade skin or hair care product.
Okay. So is it demographic that you catering to? Like, is it everybody, or is it certain people?
No, I mean, this is the part of pivoting, So actually, it's more so, when I first started, it was tailored towards Black and brown communities, but this is a hygiene thing. So it really is for everybody to really talk about the hygiene and what it looks like to make those things like hair care and self-care affordable.
Okay. Affordable. I did pay the lights. The lights are just going on and off, so don't play me, all right?
It's not did he pay the lights.
Well, make sure you guys like, come subscribe. But before you do that, how do people get in contact with you?
You can follow me on all platforms at the.hair.chef. So the Hair Chef that's Instagram, that's Facebook. That's all. Yeah, that's all the platforms I have right now.
Okay. So you say you're cooking. So are you burning hair? Like I'm trying to figure out what.
No, not burning hair.
How do you cook hair?
How are we cooking for hair? Right. So that's a funny question. I'm weak. We're really using kitchen ingredients for your hair, right? So eggs really help strengthen your hair. Just like eggs are good for a sense of protein for your body, is the same thing that it's doing for your hair. Avocados, they are really rich in, they're a healthy fat, but it's also really moisturizing. So we just taking things that are already around us in our grocery stores, in our international markets, maybe in our garden if we have a green thumb. And we're using those things to, nurture your hair, help moisturize your hair, help it grow, those things. So we're cooking up good concoctions in a sense.
Okay. So I think we got too far ahead. Let's go back. So Who are you? Where are you born?
Oh, yeah. I'm born and raised here in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
I'm a Lyndon McKinley graduate, Columbus Downtown High School graduate as well. I went to the Career Center for Business. I went on to the illustrious North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. And then I graduated from Ohio University with a bachelor's in sports management and marketing.
Okay.
I started my business on OU's campus, actually.
Okay.
Fun.
How was that process? So what made you start entrepreneurship? That's my question. You're from Columbus. There's nothing to do. I don't know. Sorry, I'm from Chicago. So I'm just asking people.
For the viewers.
What's in Columbus? Why Columbus?
Why Columbus?
Yes.
Columbus is a melting pot. I think what a lot of people don't know is it's one of the top 4 testing spaces in the world. So when people Popeyes, McDonald's, any food restaurants, any clothing restaurants are looking to try something new, this is one of the places that they try it. I mean, also, it's a very affordable place. You're here, so it must not be so horrible. You know what I'm saying? You make that commute from Chicago here, so I love the city. My mom was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, and my dad is from Covington, Kentucky. They met in Kentucky and decided to move here. So I'm the only one of my siblings that is born here, but I have a lot of pride in this city just because it raised me. Community has been a big part of that. So I love the city and all the melting pots that it encompasses.
Okay. So, let's talk. You said, how you say it again? Cleveland?
Cleveland.
All right, Cleveland. So how is that? We're in Columbus, but I want to, expand. We're all in Ohio. You're originally from here. So talk about Cleveland. What is that like? Have you been there?
Yeah. I went to prom in Cleveland and everything. So the difference of it's different. I will say Columbus has a bigger job market. And so a lot of people are moving from other places like Dayton, Cincinnati, Cleveland to Columbus. But I think Cleveland has better food options. I think they just have a better love for their city, camaraderie wise. A lot of people from Columbus are ready to leave, which is really unique because I love the city so bad where everybody else is I'm ready to leave. People that's from Cleveland, they don't play about being from Cleveland. They love Cleveland down to the ground. And I think that's just a part of it. I spent summers there and I went to Shaker Heights prom. But I was never living in Cleveland, so I couldn't talk about what that looks like. I just know that from what I hear and from my parents and my cousins is that they like Columbus because of the job market, not really anything else. They still love Cleveland. They like it here because of that.
So it's safe to say Columbus is the best job market in the Midwest, I guess. Because I left from Chicago because I came here in 3 weeks to find a job in my field of accounting.
Mhm.
It's like I've been here ever since. So that's why Columbus. So
Columbus. I love Columbus. It's not as spread out. Like Cleveland is, oh my God, it could take you a long time because it's so big where you could get everywhere around here within like 15, 20 minutes. But no shade. I love both cities. I do. But I'm from here, so I have a different love for it.
okay, I had the opportunity to go to Cleveland last year for a conference for 2 days. I was like, it's pretty cool. It's a black city, right? A
It's
major
black.
black. Yeah.
It's very black. You're gonna get you a good corned beef sandwich. You're gonna get you a good po' boy. You're gonna have those like hole in the walls that's just gonna, make it. The food there is just so good. I'll say that. And I just feel like, what else can I say about Cleveland that I do love a good corned beef sandwich. They have professional teams we don't, not as on a major scale. So that's a big reason why people
Don't diss the Columbus crew. Don't diss them.
Okay, we got the crew. We do have the crew, but we don't have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We don't have some of those big hitters. Like, we don't have an NBA stadium. We don't have a professional football team. So those are reasons why, Cleveland.
I heard it's in the work, though. The football team, I don't know. I heard about it.
I'm a Steelers fan, so I have no...
Wow.
Not
Why
going
you Cleveland to Kentucky, but straight to, okay.
Yeah, so like my mom is a Browns fan. My dad got arrested, so he was a Bengals fan, and then I'm a Steelers fan, so we're all in the AFC North.
I'm not gonna mess with you. I just met you. I'm say you confused. I'm just,
Yeah,
I don't mess with you too.
don't come for me. Not right, not yet. But yeah, I mean, it's hard. Like my grandmother is from Cleveland, so it's hard to speak on it because I don't get to see a lot of the city. It's kind of a lot of just going to visit family, kind of just reminiscing about the old times. My mom graduated from Jane Addams, so we're talking about her high school experiences and all these things. But I didn't really get to see the city until I started going there my senior year. And I really was only seeing like the outlets and things. We weren't doing nothing fun.
Okay. So I understand you, or I'm making an assumption about you. Cleveland has the best food, so you came to Columbus and like, I'll make the best food product.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your business background. Like, what made you get into this field? Like,
yeah.
What was the start?
Okay, behind entrepreneurship as a whole and things like that. Okay, so I mentioned I went to Columbus Downtown High School. So I spent my first 2 years of high school at Bishop Hartley, which is a private Catholic school on the east side of Columbus. I really thought I wanted to be a cosmetologist. So I went to go visit downtown originally for their cosmetology program. That was the plan. That was the goal. I went, saw the cosmetology program. It was cool. But the business program really wrapped me in. Like, it was really good. I liked the teachers. I liked the experiment that they were doing at the time to kind of showcase their program. Looking back, it's that experiential learning really kind of getting you engaged in what the work would look like. And so went to downtown for my last 2 years of high school, did a lot of like school involvement. I was student body president. I was a part of our like Business Professionals of America. Just did a lot of like cool thing. My senior year, you could choose between accounting or entrepreneurship, and I took the entrepreneurship journey. And so in school, we had to build a business, business plan, do those things. And I was like, okay, I knew then I wanted multiple streams of income. I just didn't really know what that would look like. So fast forward, go to college, I went to North Carolina as a freshman, transferred to, and in Athens, Ohio, it's nothing there. You have to really know Athens to know, like, it's one Walmart, one Kroger, one Sally. Like, it's one of everything, and it's a very rural place. And so I was like, man, I'm tired of spending a lot of money on products. At this time, Shea Moisture was going through their transition. So, and I know that a lot of natural people know when, like, that curling smoothie went from what it used to be to, once they partnered with Procter & Gamble and started getting bigger partnerships, what that looked like. And they had to change their formula to mass produce for the audience that they were looking for. I just wasn't really feeling it. And so I was doing a lot of YouTube, not personally, but I was looking up a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of DIY stuff. What can I do for my hair? Because I just didn't like the way the products were feeling, and I just didn't have the money to continue to spend on products. And so that was in 2018 when I took a gap semester. It was just really expensive. So I started going to Columbus State and working overnight security. And that's when I came up with, it was called the hair crack. My family called it that. I hated it so bad. I hated it so bad. The hair crack. I was just like, y'all could have came up with anything better. But this was this hair crack. It was this hair butter that I was making in my kitchen in my mom's house. And, they was like, you whipping in the kitchen. So then I was like, the hair chef. And so in 2019 is when I officially started going on campus, and I had two products at the time. I had mango strawberry hair butter, where I was really using like freezer dried strawberries, crushing them up to put inside the hair butter. And then I had an avocado deep conditioner. And so those were the two products that I was selling all around campus. And it kind of started from there.
Awesome. So I'm jealous. A few things you said. You had a choice between accounting and entrepreneurship. Like, that's the only reason I went to get my bachelor's degree in accounting, because that was the
Really?
closest thing to HBCU that had to entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And then you start a business based off of drought and you create a solution. So that's amazing. So
Yes. Yes. In the middle, what we didn't know it was going to be a pandemic. So by the time I actually like LLC'd and registered it with the Secretary of State, we were in the pandemic. But when I started, we weren't. So it was like January of 2020 I started, but I had already been making stuff for a couple years. And it just was a very different experience. And then the HBCU experience, I went and trade for the world, but I knew I wanted to be like a sports agent, and I wasn't on the right track at A&T. Like, I was double majoring in like kinesiology and accounting, and I was like, what am I doing? And this was before all the like opportunities for HBCU students at ESPN and all these sports places. Like, it was a drought for us as like an industry, like trying to break in. A lot of things have changed since then. And I think that speaks a lot to why I kind of paused in entrepreneurship, because it was like, you're on one hand going to get this degree and you're spending all this money and all this time. And then on this other hand, you have this business that you love, but you don't feel qualified to, run it because you just like this. You're not a chemist by trade. You're just a business student with like a passion for hair. So I feel like those things kind of made it difficult to really pursue it down the line.
hey, I say it's perfect timing for me. I get your business background, pushed your drought, but how did the teaching come about? Now you're a professor, you're teaching.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
That's a good question. So how did I become the hair chef that was hosting these workshops and doing things like that? So 2022, fall of 22, I was around a lot of people that were doing like educational marketing, an educational marketing firm called Get Creative. Love those folks at Get Creative. And they kind of gave me the opportunity to become like this hair chef that was in front of kids. So I was at an event. My best friend used to work for them, and they were like, hey, aren't you an artist? And I was like, no, I'm not an artist. I said, I make art out of other things. I use art or different things to make art. I don't remember how the phrase I used, but basically I was like, no, I do other things that can kind of make stuff, but I'm not an artist. They were like, that's an art. And I was like, okay. They were like, we have this opportunity at First Fridays at Arts Impact Middle School. We would love for you to just kind of talk to the young people about what you do and make a product with them. And I was like, okay. I had went through a business accelerator and told myself I wanted to be a Build-A-Bear for hair. That was like the term that I was using. But I envisioned that being like an ice cream parlor, and you can come in and like make your own products, and we have all the ingredients laid out. I never really saw that as like, we're going to teach and I'm going to have young people here and we're going to make this together. We're going to make this a learning experience. So Arts Impact 2022, First Friday. And that was a place where entrepreneurs were coming together to teach young people their skills, whether it be photography, whether it be like 3D CADs, engineering, me, the hair chef, different artists. We were all just using what we were passionate about and teaching it to the young people. So that was 2022. And from there, I just kind of started building the momentum around what that looked like.
Okay. I'm just throwing that. She didn't say it, but like, what I vision in my head is like, you told him like you was cooking that crack, like cocoa.
Yeah.
That's what's my head. Like, what did you say?
Yes.
You gotta say it.
Yeah. I was whipping it up in the kitchen. Yes, the hair crack. That's the current term my family coined.
All right. Awesome. So I'm grateful that you're on. Mitchell, where can people find you again?
Oh, you can find me on, my website is thehairchef.org, thehairchefcf.org. Find me on Instagram at the.hair.chef. We have a lot of things coming down the pipeline. We're going to get into birthday parties soon. People have really been asking, like, will you do birthday parties?
Yeah, talk about that. Explain that. How's it going to work?
So this edutainment, that's really this thing of where you can really have a fun experience for your child, but it's really educational to them. So when I go into these schools or these community centers or these shelters, and I'm talking to people about the hair chef and what we're doing, we always have this component of kind of learning about where the ingredients are from, how can you use them for your skin and your hair. We just incorporate different activities. So really building upon that curriculum, but really making it for the entertainment. So a long time ago here, there used to be this place out in Polaris that had this pink limousine, and you could kind of like take your daughter or your niece on this spa experience. I kind of want to do that in an educational way. So we're still going to make a fun product together, but hoping to have a bus where you can kind of come on and like have this interactive experience while you're whipping up your product.
All right, boss, whip it real good. Let me drive the bus for you.
For real.
All right,
Seriously.
awesome. So you're talking about who you are, but now let's talk about your future. Like, what's 1 year from now? What do you want to achieve?
1 year. Okay, so the Hair Chef celebrates 6 years next month. I didn't say this, but like we are at the intersection of education, empowerment, and environmental stewardship. And so a year from now, I really would like to have a vehicle of some sort where I'm able to drive to other places in Ohio, also like in the surrounding areas. Like I've already gone to Detroit and talked about this. I've gone to Atlanta and I've networked there, and I've gone to Houston. So those are like different places I've gone. So I'm hoping to just have a bigger presence. I had an app and I really want it up. So like developing some type of online curriculum and scale. I don't want it to just be me. So I really want to have good processes in place so that it's more than just me on the team.
All right. I see it.
Yeah, that's the...
Hey, it's out there. Now it has to happen.
Yes.
All right. So what you said, trust something else.
The app.
Yeah. And then there was, I'm blanking thought, but it's in 1 year from now.
1 year from now. Yeah, to be certified like as MBO, like a minority-owned business, a woman-owned business, have a mentor in this space. I think that's super important. For me, coming from a business background and not a chemistry background, like there's a lot of people that are either paying for a line to be created from them. So they're like sourcing it, like wholesaling source. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but they're having somebody either do it on this bulk sale and they're like, these are my products, or they're a chemist. They've already like went through chemistry school, which I think was a really hard. Some of the barriers I faced in the beginning is just having the confidence to believe that I can do this. So mentorship is really something I'm hoping to secure within the next year.
Okay. So so you'll stay small. For example, like the shea butter that when they mass produce, you don't want to go that big, like stay local. National?
So this is something that I've learned through like Spelman's online certificate. So I'm in a program with Spelman for their cosmetic science program. They're the first HBCU to have a cosmetic science program for undergraduate students. There's only 2 universities that I really know of, which is University of Toledo and then Spelman. It's not a lot of people that focus on cosmetic science. As far as like what I want to do in that space and scaling, because in one hand, I want us to get away from like, you want to get your business to grow. You want it to expand. Shea Moisture made that partnership for money. Not just for money, but to like for visibility purposes as well. For me, that's why I don't want to just go the product route. I really want to be intentional about fostering community and educating young people. So I want to be able to get to the Midwest first and then see what we can do as far as what that'll look like. I still want to encourage people to use what they have. I think like with the times, I don't want people going out and spending all this money on this like, this is the best product in the world. This is the only thing that's going to work, because that's not true. And I think that's how a lot of people in the hair care world, I don't want to say exploit because that's not the greatest word, but it's like everybody is selling this like one size fit all. And that's just not real. So I want to scale to the point where a lot of people know to use things within their kitchen. I want this to be known throughout the world. I want everybody using eggs and avocado and coffee and all this stuff. Because I think the bigger picture is teaching that we need to unlearn the difference between good and bad hair. I hate that term. I don't like that. And if you know how to care for your hair and knowing that it starts at home, you kind of can debunk some of those things and save some of your money from just going to buy the next product because you don't know your hair porosity. You don't know your hair type, like some of those things. So I want to scale. But I don't want to just be at the point where it's like this one product.
Okay.
I don't know if that answered what you're looking for, but that's my answer.
I remember, but now I was going to hit you with something like, hey, I don't cook, so I have nothing in the house to eat. So what part of it you said, go ahead, still use what you have. But
yeah.
All right. So next question I have is, you travel. It's like, what's the importance of traveling? I know you're from Columbus, but what's the value of traveling? And what other place have you been? Have you been outside the country? Or?
I've been out the country, but not for hair chef related things yet. Keyword yet. I'm coming. The point of traveling. So I really started traveling last year. I went to the World's Natural Hair event in Atlanta. This brand, Talia Waji, she's been around, this will be 26 years. She's been putting on this hair show in Atlanta. I thought it was just a good opportunity. Black Girl Vitamins was there. All of the lines were there. I thought this was really cool because Mielle was there, Shea Moisture was there, Carol's daughter, Camille Rose, like Fro Baby. Everybody was in the room. Everybody. I thought that was really cool. So I think the purpose of traveling is to expand your visibility for your brand, get out there, talk to people, see what other people are doing, just have those conversations, building those relationships. It's not about your net worth. Your network is your net worth. I think that's how the phrase goes. Yep. So yes, I've been to Atlanta. I'm going back to Atlanta this weekend for a symposium with Spelman. It's called the Black Beauty STEMness Conference. So I'm very excited, hoping to secure a mentor there. I've traveled to Detroit and pitched my business with Black Girl Ventures. That was really cool. I did that last October, and I've gone to Houston for Afrotech. I volunteered at Afrotech with an organization and eventually got like a paid opportunity to just be in the space. And as I'm there in the space working, I'm talking to people about my business. Like, yeah, oh, I like your hair. Oh, great. Thank you. I'm the hair chef. I teach people how to care for their hair using kitchen products. So I think the importance of it is making sure that your audience exists outside of your cheerleaders, right? Your cheerleaders are your mom, your dad, your friends, the people that are right here. But you want to expand your visibility so more eyes can be on you. So it's like, oh, I want her at my school. I was reaching out to schools in Atlanta when I knew I was going to be down there, reaching out to schools in Detroit. So I think the purpose of traveling is so that you can really expand your visibility so people can see what you're doing and they can book you.
Okay. So what type of mentor are you looking for? You mentioned you look for mentor, like financial, mental, like.
Oh, no, I need a mentor that's in the space. I need someone that has had a beauty brand for a long time and have scaled it. Someone that does youth development. Really someone that has the time. I think people always say they're willing to be mentors, but really don't have the time or capacity. So someone that at least has a bi-weekly commitment or a monthly commitment to just kind of listen to where I'm at and where I should, here's where I'm at. This is what I'm thinking. As someone that's in the industry, what's your expertise in that space? So I've mentioned I've undergone trademarking. I've done all this within 6 years, really through the grace of God and just throwing spaghetti to the wall and seeing if it sticks. So
have you made hair with spaghetti? Hair product with spaghetti?
No, not nothing with spaghetti. Not yet. I'm sure there's some benefits in there. I'm sure.
What about tomato sauce?
Not yet.
Throw some ideas out there.
I don't know. Red sauce gets sticky, but I'm sure tomatoes have some benefits. We just haven't been cooking that much with vegetables yet.
Okay. Awesome. So as we're closing up, I want you to freely share what you want to close out with, but leave us with a quote that helps you keep moving forward.
Leave you with a quote that
will encourage somebody, something but what personally pushes you to keep going? Are you a person of faith or?
I am a person of faith for sure. I think scripture wise, he makes everything beautiful in its time, like Ecclesiastes 3:11, and really pushing forward. Galatians 6:9, it's some good ones in there, but progress over perfection is one thing I'm really just trying to, live out in real time, because we as business owners are always thinking or just people in general, our deficits of oh, I don't know how to do this, or I can't do this, or I don't have this yet. But if you can do a lot with a little, he'll take that and, multiply it. That faith of the mustard seed. So I just want to encourage you to keep going. God calls the unqualified, I'm thinking of anything else better to say, but in the 6 years, it's just progress over perfection and really just keep going.
Talk preacher, chef preacher.
Not chef preacher.
Well, let's give us one more thing. You mentioned faith over, don't worry about the small things. So let's talk about one mistake that you made. I don't know, you did something wrong, but you made a
turn back.
It can be like business wise, food wise, what's something?
Yeah. I mean,
when you first started, what made you start doing this food thing?
I first started, I just was watching YouTube videos and I was seeing different things. So I was just researching them. One mistake that I made early off is thinking that everything works for every person. That's why I was really big on this one size fit all. 2 people I had offered to do the deep conditioning mask on them. And at the time, the deep conditioning mask was avocado, coconut oil, and honey. Coconut oil is very, very heavy and it can give people an allergic reaction if they are sensitive. I had to learn about hair types. I wasn't really aware. So like at the time I had somebody that was like they had wavy hair, so not quite as thick. And then I had somebody that was like very thick, very kinky on like the 4B, 4C side. And I used this mask on their hair dry. It was so bad. It was so, so, so bad. Like if you are a 4C person, you have kinky curly hair, you want to do your hair in the shower. Why? Because the heat from the shower, that opens up your hair cuticles and it allows the moisture to actually penetrate the hair shaft, okay? This is something I did not know. My hair is a lot thicker now, but I'm like probably like a 3C, 4A. Like I'm not as kinky curly. And so I really had to learn that the hard way. And so that's a mistake I made. Somebody had an allergic reaction. At the time, it was just a friend and they didn't purchase anything. So it wasn't like I got sued. But
Now's your chance. You have 7 years. I'm just
but yeah, so I shouldn't have did that. And I should have just done some more research. So now I just don't use coconut oil, period. I know some people like it. That's your choice. I like to go in with lighter oils. So I'm a fan of avocado oil. I'm a fan of sunflower oil. Let's see what's another, like an almond oil, tea tree. I like to go in with lighter oils. I also, if you're watching this, don't overly oil your hair. Please, we are plants. Use a balance between water
I never heard that.
and oil.
Say it again.
We are plants. 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 And your hair needs that balance. When you're overly oiling your hair, your, cuticles and your hair pores can just get clogged and then you're overly doing it. So you need to make sure that you're doing a balance between water and oil.
Okay.
Yes.
So that was a question I'm glad you... Are you vegetarian?
I am not.
Okay.
I am more plant-based. I cannot give up bacon, burgers. I mean,
Okay. Like that.
I do. It's really hard. I didn't grow up in a household eating pork. So as an adult, it feels like this like rebellious thing I got to do in my childhood when I was not at my mom's house. But I will say the way you eat really has a big impact on your hair. Since I cut all my hair off at the end, my hair was short like yours for real. Just had a little bit of curls to it. In December 29th, 2023. Now I've grown this all back with kitchen products. This is a lot of hair since then. But yes, because I've incorporated a lot more like vegetables in my diet, cauliflower. I eat a lot of sweet potatoes, which are really good in anti-inflammatory properties. I eat veggie omelets every day. So I've cut back my meat intake significantly over the years. And I take a daily vitamin that has everything in it, A through E, biotin, all types of good stuff. It's called Habit. I should have brought it because I'm like I need to be sponsored by them.
Time to Google it.
Yes, yeah. But no, for real, I do eat a lot more plant-based, which has helped.
Awesome. So how do people get in contact with you one more time?
Yes, The Hair Chef on all platforms. the.hair.chef, CHEF on Instagram and on TikTok. You can get to my website and just kind of peruse and see what I'm into at www.thehairchef.org.
All right. Any final words you want to say for the people?
Follow me. If you have a school, community center, shelter that you think would benefit from this experiential learning, this hands-on, making your own hair products, please reach out to me. I'm really trying to scale and get to this next level.
All right. You heard it first. We're here in Columbus, Ohio. So why Columbus again?
I love Columbus. I love Columbus because it's just a big melting pot of people. There's a lot of, collaborators and people that are wanting to move things forward. And it's a great job market. And I'm sure that you will find your place here. I'm telling you.
Okay. One thing before we close, AI, how do you feel about it? Let's talk about how you feel about it.
Dang, on the AI tip right before, yikes. I believe that we have to use it in dosage. I don't. It's kind of ruining our creativity, though. It's ruining people's ability to critically think. And it's just like this thing that we're relying on. And it's one more addiction the world is having right now. It's really hard. It's really tough. Oh my goodness.
Okay. So you out there, I want to throw some more, but I want to say for next time, I also want to talk about like how you feel about Meta, all these people coming out here, Facebook, all them
Yeah,
people.
no, it's hard because.
Yeah, just talk about it. You from Columbus.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
from
get the
here.
chance to. So, like, what is the impact of these major New Albany, basically?
Yeah. So I worked at Ohio. I will preface this with when I first got out of undergrad, I moved to Arizona, I moved back home, and I started working for the Ohio State University in the College of Engineering. A really big push was Dell and Intel coming out here. That was like the big talk of the town in 2022, 2021, 2022. Oh, dang. They really playing with y'all. And
I paid the lights. I said, everybody's talking about, like, Intel, like, hey, cut it.
Intel was like, wrap it up.
People out.
I think like it's doing in a lot of places. It's taking away from the water supply. It's taking away from the people that are here that have already established roots, and it's kind of pushing them out because as you build these infrastructures and we become the Midwest tech hub as they're trying to, promote and push, it leaves the people that are from here without a lot of things, right? Because these jobs aren't going to be for everyday people. This is people that are going to be traveling. I met someone that has moved here from California, Texas, and Florida all within like the last few months. So it's doing a lot more harm than it's doing good for the city because you're cutting down like a lot. Where people call Ohio like the corn town, and we have like a lot of land and stuff, but when you're building on top of that, it takes that away. So I'm not a big fan because also those jobs aren't off the bus line. So even for the construction sites that are being built to do those things right now where it could be, making jobs for people, it's hard if you don't have reliable transportation to even use our everyday systems to get there. I mean, our everyday bus systems to kind of transport back and forth from home out there, since we don't have a choice. Like, I don't believe that we should be doing it, but since we don't have a choice in what's being done right now, at least allow the job market for the people that live here to increase.
Okay. You guys heard it first here. So live from people in Columbus. So I know bring you in next time when we talk more about this information. So thank you very much.
Yeah, you get some good questions.
Let's talk about the housing crisis, stuff like that. So it's a lot of things.
Yeah,
Next topic, I'll let us breathe and come back. We'll talk about that.
Yes, we can definitely talk about that. No, thank y'all for y'all time. Continue to support this podcast. He's supporting everybody here. I've met you almost like 3 years ago, like through a business accelerator. So thank you for the work that you do too.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.